You're watching a free sample video from Teacher's Test Prep. For videos like this one covering every area of your exam, visit us today at www.teacherstestprep.com.
So part A of task 2 is videos. Some basics that you should know before you start to record. You must have permission to record your students. Okay, so you have to have a waiver signed. There's a couple ways that you can do this depending upon how your school has their other waivers done. So it's possible that your school has a waiver or an opt-out waiver that all parents sign at the beginning of the year. If this is the case, then your principal can sign one administrative waiver saying, yes, you have permission to film for your TPA. If that's not the case, you will have to have individual student guardian waivers signed and collect those for each student that will be recorded. And it's possible that you'll have students whose guardians do not want them to be a part of your TPA recordings. In that case, those students cannot be in the part of the camera that you're filming. They can be in the classroom, but they can't be any part of the video that you are taking or eventually uploading. The videos that you do record, so even for those students that are recorded, they've given you permission to record. That permission is only for those videos to be viewed by yourself, your instructors, and then eventually the grader through the TPA. So never ever publish these videos anywhere public. Do not put them on Facebook or YouTube, absolutely not. And make sure you only use the students' first names in the videos to protect privacy and confidentiality. So what to film? 100% you want to film those lessons from beginning to end, all the lessons of your learning segment. You want to make sure as much as possible those lessons include student-centered engagement with somewhat limited amount of you just directly instructing the students, right? So obviously you have to do modeling, you're gonna have to show them what they're learning, but any way that you can also make that student-centered and engaging through, quick breaks for students to do pair shares or ways that they can interact with your modeling will make it a lot more easy for you to have more clips to choose from. You want to film activities that really facilitate students talking to each other, right? So engaging in academic discourse. So anything that you can do to get them talking about the objective, about the content, is going to give you more content to choose from when you're picking those clips. So any paired or group work such as mix, pair, share, give one, get one, think, pair, share, the more you do those, the more content you'll have to choose from when you are choosing your clips. So this goes back to planning, right? So when you're filming, you want to know that you've planned lessons that really structure around students being able to build upon each other's ideas and engage with each other respectfully. So any ways that you can set them up to have prompts and support for them to engage in conversations with each other respectfully and in depth. This will just help your grade be better when you actually are being graded on these clips. So lessons can be whole class or small group. You don't have to only film whole class stuff for this conversation to happen. But the more opportunities that you give students to listen to each other and come up with their own ideas based on what they've heard, the deeper learning that they're going to be able to show on those videotapes. Other things to make sure you catch on video. Ways that you build rapport with your students. Okay, so any activities or structures that you have in place that clearly build a positive culture in your classroom and support that positive culture. So if you have little chants or games or appreciations, those things are great to catch on film and include as a part of your lesson. Make sure you plan and use open-ended, higher order thinking throughout the students' interactions especially. So when you're asking questions to students and asking them to build off of each other's ideas, use questions that are higher on Bloom's taxonomy, that are asking them to analyze and evaluate the information that you're giving them. Also, make sure you film formative assessments that guide your teaching. So ways that you are assessing both formally and informally, how are they doing? What have they learned so far? And then how are you going to then let this information guide what you do next in your instruction? And finally, you want to make sure that those language supports in your lesson are just super clear and transparent. Big pictures with the new vocabulary, sentence starters that are really accessible and easy for the students to use. So all of those you want to just stand out loud and proud in your classroom and on that videotape for your grader to see.
We hope you found this free Teacher's Test Prep sample video helpful. For more videos like this one covering all the subject matter and strategy you need to pass your exam, visit us today at www.teacherstestprep.com.